This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Johnny, Hollywood couldn't come up with something better than what we've faced over the past few days. Again, it has been an unprecedented event during unprecedented times. We have dealt with a coronavirus. We have dealt with 2 deaths. We've dealt with talents moving out of the country. We've dealt with theft. Now, if you were watching AEW All Out over the weekend, they had a pay-per-view date change because of UFC in boxing. If you have now noticed, their next pay-per-view offering doubles as the same night as our big 20th anniversary bash at Memorial Hall, downtown Melrose, Massachusetts, an event for the ages. And what that means, unfortunately, with one of our marquee attractions, Jake the Snake Roberts, part of the AEW family, he's going to need to be with AEW that night. And because he is such a vital part of the event, I said to myself as I saw this, we have to do something. So I know you were involved in some conference calls overseas, myself, President Reese, Vice President Oscar, Chairman Manoli, and the whole board of directors. I have had almost no sleep the past 3 days trying to figure out what we could do to salvage this event. When it comes to the 80s theme right now, you have 3 different ways you can look at it. And I hate to say it, but it almost is kind of sad, Johnny. You have legends that are close to the date, many of whom that are booked. You have a lot of legends that are, let's face it, they're starting to get a little elderly. They're a little timid when it comes to travel. We ran into that a lot when it came to trying to book talent for the November 13th date. And you have a lot of great 80s talent that's no longer with us. I mean, that's the reality of what we're working with. But you guys with good memories, and I know we have some smart fans, Johnny. We got some smart fans. They, I'm sure, remember us mentioning before that President Reese had said if November 13th was a success, he was going to green light a Back to the 90s themed event, which I think was fantastic. We did not let you in on that fact, but as part of Soul Survivor 10, our marquee event, which will also take place at Memorial Hall Saturday night, April the 16th, we had planned that event. So in a moment of great clarity during days of mass confusion and stress and anxiety galore, it hit me. I said, Johnny, flip the script. Flip it. Switch it. So what we're going to do is to give you guys the biggest, most exciting events possible with the best selection of talent possible. On Saturday night, November the 13th, we're going to have more of a 90s themed appeal. And then on Saturday, April the 16th, we're going to go back to the 80s with a much more wide variety of talent that is available to us. So there's a lot to say, a lot to explain, a lot of announcements we're going to make in this video. If you have any questions, please. If you've already purchased your tickets, we're going to reach out to you individually over the next week. Please don't email us, because we're still trying to figure out so much right now. The only thing you have to worry about is that there's going to be a night of kick-ass professional wrestling with memories that'll last you a lifetime on November the 13th. So, Johnny, should we get into kind of the big news that these fans have been waiting for?
Let's do it.
Our 20th anniversary birthday bash, Saturday, November the 13th, will have both an 80s and 90s flair to it at Memorial Hall. Very happy to announce that fans will still be able to see and meet WWE Hall of Famer, America's hero, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, plus the man that John Cena Sr. taught how to rock, former WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty. Along with that, an extremely rare appearance from manager extraordinaire, the Doctor of Style Slick, who for 7 years guided everyone in WWF from the Iron Sheik to the Big Boss Man. If that wasn't enough, what about the first African-American world champion in wrestling history? A staple of the WWE Attitude Era. A man that makes me just want to go, damn! WWE and College Football Hall of Famer Ron Simmons. Farouk will be joining us live November 13th, and that's just 4. Also making a very rare appearance at Memorial Hall will be the man that idolized Chris Christopher as a youngster, the man that loves to take out the trash, and with Cam Zagami and Dylan Cage around, there's a lot of trash to take out. We're talking about Duke the Dumpster Drosy. When you talk about ruthless scum like Zagami and Cage, there's no clowning around. However, we're pleased to announce that the second Doink the Clown, the man that went to war with Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon at WrestleMania 10 at Madison Square Garden, will be meeting you live November the 13th. And what if we want to go even bigger? How about 6'8", 320 pounds, walking, talking, living, breathing Viking? Huss, huss, huss! We're talking about another ultra-rare appearance by the Berserker. I can't wait for this one. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, as we'll be bringing you even more superstars on top of that. No hints, but we want to go big. Fans, along with that, you'll have the opportunity to walk away with prizes galore as we kick off our annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive to help update Santa's GPS to find every kid this Christmas. Now, let's move on to Back to the 80s as part of Soul Survivor 10, back at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Saturday, April the 16th. Until we receive full clearance that there will be no AEW obligations, we will not officially announce Jake the Snake Roberts, but the good news is, as of now, AEW will not have a pay-per-view in April, and they have no untelevised event scheduled for April, so we should be cleared to go. We can say that the greatest tag team in WWF history, Axe and Smash Demolition, will be with us for the big event on Saturday, April the 16th, as well as the team they did battle with at WrestleMania 5, the Warlord and the Barbarian, the Powers of Pain, at Memorial Hall, as we go back to the 80s just days after WrestleMania 38 at Memorial Hall. Let's face it, WWE is never going to bring WrestleMania to this cold part of the country, so we're going to bring a staple of WrestleMania superstars and legends to you. Fans, this has been one of the greatest challenges we faced in 20 years. We've done everything we can on extremely short notice to try and give you as much information as humanly possible. Let's talk about the tickets. Fans, if you've already purchased your tickets, you have the choice of using them as is on Saturday, November the 13th at our 20th anniversary celebration, or you can use the tickets you've purchased at Soul Survivor 10, part of the Back to the 80s event, Saturday, April the 16th, or we'll even let you use them at any date in the future. The choice is yours. We're going to be reaching out to you individually over the next week. Please let us contact you via email over the next week so we can sort it out fan by fan, the best path for you as we get ready for 2 monster live event, immersive, interactive experiences. Keep your eyes peeled on social media with everything that's happening. All the announcements are going to be coming on the Facebook event pages and on Twitter. BostonWrestling.com is going to be updated with event pages and ticket options. So it's a lot for us to try and get through. You got to remember, we're still not back to full capacity staff-wise, even since coronavirus, which, as we mentioned, a lot of businesses have even been hit hard that way. First, we were hit hard financially, and then we're probably at maybe, what would you say, Johnny, maybe 20% capacity far as our staff goes?
If that.
So, I mean, it's been tough. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're doing it. We're trying to take a negative and turn it into a positive instead of a one-night 20th anniversary celebration. We're going to begin it when we turn 20 on September the 28th. We're going to rock, roll, kick ass all the way through November the 13th at Memorial Hall, through the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive, into 22, culminating the weekend after WrestleMania, Saturday night, April the 16th. It's Soul Survivor 10, Memorial Hall, back to the 80s, baby. Fans are going to get to greet the superstars they grew up with and loved. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, Johnny?
No.
Wrestling fans, for John Cena Sr., I'm Dan Marty. We'll speak soon. Good night from Boston.